Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benefits Mom podcast. I am your host, Tara Nickel, and if you're looking to gain back your mom sanity, you are in the right place. We cover everything motherhood: kids, relationships, school, work, even that dreaded C word, chores. We cover it all. My goal is to help you take back control of your life and find that happy place as a mom. Because when it benefits mom, it benefits everyone. Enjoy this episode. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Benefits Mom podcast, special Saturday edition on communicating with your colleagues. Even if you are a contributor, if you work for a team, you can still communicate effectively with your colleagues. And especially if you're a leader or a manager, you definitely want to be thinking about creative and innovative ways to be communicating with your team when we're all working from home. There's not that same collaboration feeling as there would be in an office. So since it's Saturday, you've gotten through one other work week in the books done. I want you to think about, what were your teams or your colleagues' small wins this week? What are some things that really made you proud of a colleague of yours or your team? So I'm going to share with you 3 simple small wins that you can celebrate with your team, and you can do this today, yes, even on a Saturday, in a really quick email as an appreciation and acknowledgement of your team's efforts this past week. Number 1 is, did you finish a project early? Like, do you have a project that you were thinking maybe Wednesday or Thursday, oh my gosh, this is going to drag on for another week, and it's done. It's off your plate. Tell your team how proud of them you are, that this project is done, that the finished product is to the client and the client is satisfied and happy to have gotten it early. Share that with everyone and thank them for putting in, extra hours or putting together last minute touches to make it really crisp and clean for the client. And for those of you that were on that particular project team, send an email to yourself, to the members of your team, that say, hey, Sue, thank you so much for helping me edit that last PDF. I think the whole document together now looks great. You are so creative. Thank you so much for your help. That's a really quick 2 or 3 line email that she can read on the weekend, or even better, Sue, just an example, if there's any Sues listening, Sue will see that email Monday morning and think of how awesome she's going to feel when she reads your acknowledgement of the work she did that previous week. So if you have a project that's done, let your team know. Send them a thank you and be happy that you accomplished something. That's a small win. So the other one I want to talk about, number 2, is, did a client thank you this week? Did you get a call of appreciation from a client, or an email, or, very rare these days, I'm sure, a handwritten thank you card from a note? I know many of us are very used to getting the thank you and holiday cards of appreciation during the November and December months, and those tons of edible arrangements and chocolates. But if you get one now from a client, either a call, an email, or a physical note of thank you should definitely share that with your team. If you have to do a screenshot of the email or take a picture of the card and send it to everyone in your company, let them know that the work they're doing is appreciated. Because sometimes clients just email the manager or they just email the owner, and it doesn't get to the people, the real, worker bees, as they say, of the project. The people that really had the hands-on communication and work and staying up late and doing those last minutes. Those are the people that don't always get acknowledged by the client. And it's not always the client's fault. The client may have a different contact, or the normal thing that you normally do sometimes, is the way I was brought up, is you thank the head of the company for their work. And the client also may not even know everybody that worked on the team. They may only be in contact with a few people. So putting it out there to the rest of the team and to the rest of your colleagues that, hey, client A really appreciated our work on their virtual event, right? A lot of people are doing virtual events. They got great feedback from their attendees. They really appreciated our content. Our speakers were great. Everything was good. Technology was great. And I wanted to share that with all of you and say thank you and appreciate and acknowledge all the work that we're doing, right? So again, this is a simple 2 or 3 line email. It can have a picture or a screenshot of the note if you have that available. But again, it's just a quick acknowledgement, a simple thank you for your team's effort or for your colleagues' effort. And like I said, this is really important to do if the client doesn't know everybody that was on the project. Because, like I said, the client may only be dealing with a supervisor or a manager and doesn't know the other people that were involved. So, when you share that thank you with all of them, you show that you appreciate all the silent workers, all the silent work the client does not know about that went into, in my example, the virtual event being successful. The third simple win to celebrate is the actual team members themselves. Do you have someone that went above and beyond this week or really grew in their role, even though for most of us, we're still working from home? Let that person know. Acknowledge them to the team that, hey, Tom really stepped up this week. He got through all of those clients. He had a bunch of really difficult situations and he handled them well. Let the team know that you are proud of Tom's work and that you want to show that acknowledgement to the team. Now, I do want to caution you on this one in particular because you want to be sure that if you are going to publicly acknowledge through an email someone's individual contributions or growth, that you already know that that's going to be taken in a positive way by that person. So, what do I mean by that? In episode 7 of the Benefits Mom podcast, I talked about the 5 appreciation love languages from Gary Chapman. And it talks about that you need to be sure that you are matching your appreciation to where your employee is at. So if somebody is a more private person, doesn't want public acknowledgement, sending a group email is not going to come across the same way as if you specifically just sent Tom an individual message acknowledging and appreciating the improvement that he had or the way he handled those difficult clients that week. You want to be sure that however you communicate that small win, whether it be to the individual person or to the group, that it matches how they want to be perceived. And if you need more information or want to get some more tips on that, definitely check out Gary Chapman's book, The 5 Appreciation Love Languages of the Workplace. And you can also check out the episode 7 of the Benefits Mom podcast to get my take on how you can incorporate those with your team. On an individual level, if you had a colleague step up for you this week, send them a quick email. Tell them how much you appreciated their help on a difficult client, or if you needed them to help you finish up a task. Again, a really simple 2 or 3 line email. Hey, Sam, thank you so much for stepping in on that conference call on Wednesday. I really appreciated you sharing your insight with the client, and I think we were able to resolve the issue, right? Again, it's a simple email, it's not that long. And even if the person on the receiving end is not the type of person that checks their work email on the weekends, or they may not see it till Monday, they'll get a positive reaffirmation starting their Monday morning. And who doesn't like positivity to start a Monday morning, right? I do have one bonus tip that I want to share with you. And that is, let's say that your week was not as great as you would like. And maybe the three examples that I shared with you don't resonate with how your team was. Let's celebrate the fact that successfully you've made it through another week working from home. Say thank you to everyone that put in the work and the effort this week. Thank all the moms and dads who are still balancing finishing their work tasks and taking care of children and taking care of the house. You know, thank everyone for being flexible working from home. You know, if you have someone that's willing to work a little bit extra in the morning or in the evening because they're working from home, say thank you. You know, again, this is just about celebrating a small win. You made it through another work week. You still have clients. Your business is still able to produce. And that's something to be grateful for. I talk a lot about gratitude. It's really been something that I've focused on a lot these last couple months because it's easy to get caught up in negativity, of things that didn't go right or things you wish you have done better. But, just take a moment and say, my team is awesome. My business is still stable and growing. We're still meeting our client expectations. We're still keeping our business goals in mind. All those little things are small wins, right? One of the things they always tell you when you're writing down your gratitude goals is, I woke up this morning, and a lot of people think that's woo woo and fluff. But I really think that that's an important thing to think about is you woke up today, you get to keep going, right? So for your business and on the individual level, you made it through another work week. You got your work done and you get to take a break for the next 2 days and come back on Monday and then crush it again, right? So think about that in the small vacuum that you've made it through another week, and no matter what happened, you can crush it the next week. Now, I hope these tips were helpful, and I'm going to bring some more communication tips out in the next couple weeks. So be sure to listen for those, and also be on the lookout next week for my new remote work training program for organizations and teams that need a little extra boost, a little extra help navigating how to get yourself and your team successful working from home. I'm launching a brand new program on that next week, and I'll have more information for you to get into that program if you are interested. So if you want to get in early, please feel free to send me an email, tara@taranickel.net, and I will get you set up to get more information on our new training. And for all the moms out there, be sure to check out our Benefits Mom community page. It's a free Facebook private group. We can share what you're struggling with, what you're celebrating, or just vent. I am totally okay with those as well. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening today. I hope you have an amazing Saturday and an amazing weekend, and I will see you all on the next episode.